Well, welcome back, everyone. You know, with winter weather comes kind of wintry roads, and to help us stay safe on those roads is Sergeant Chad Recker from the Ohio State Highway Patrol. So, welcome, Chad.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so, you know, accidents happen, of course, but sometimes they don't need to happen. You know, it's about safety first, right?
Right. So we could, you know, we could sit here for the next 5 hours and go over scenario after scenario, and then, you know, it'd take another 10 years of driving experience to really master the art of driving in some of this weather we have. But what I do want to cover is some things that everybody can do, whether you're a brand new driver or you've been driving for 50 years. So you really need to go out at the start of every winter time frame and inspect your car. Are your tires good? Are your defrosters working? Do you have good windshield wipers on your vehicle? Does your heat work well? You know, starting off with that, you know, make sure that your car is good for the winter weather. And then some driving tips that we have. One of the biggest issues that we see on the roadway in wintertime is people are in too big of a hurry for the roadway conditions. So if everybody could just plan ahead a little bit, leave for your destination a little earlier. If you increase your following distance, decrease your speed, you'll really be surprised the safety aspects that come from that. And you know, it might take a little longer to get to work that day or to the grocery store, but you're going to get there safely.
Just plan accordingly. You know, we're so used to like getting to a certain location daily on when the roads are good, you know, summer, spring, fall, but then the winter kind of adds that extra element where you just kind of have to slow it down. So just taking that, like you said, that extra precaution and that extra time to get to and from where you need to be. What about a winter car kit? Is that something that you recommend?
Yeah, absolutely. I have one in both my personal vehicles at home. You know, it has gloves in it, a blanket, jumper kits, batteries, a flashlight. You know, those are things that everybody, you know, might come in handy if you're stuck along the roadway someday and need anything in there.
Yeah, and then you just mentioned being stuck on the roadway. So if you do happen by chance to get stuck or maybe go off the road, you know, what are some of those steps that you would recommend for the drivers out there to keep them safe as they have gone off the road?
Yeah, I mean, number one thing, right away, call for help. If, you know, it seems like people are trying to call friends, call family. You know, if they're close, then absolutely they can come and help you. But still call the Highway Patrol or any local law enforcement. We can come. Everybody sees our lights. We'll slow down, get over for you guys. But another thing that you can do is make sure your fuel level is topped off in the winter. You know, a lot of times if it is a really bad winter weather event, you know, it could be an hour or two before somebody gets out to you if it's a non-injury accident.
Right.
And you don't want to be stranded and run out of gas and, you know, then
have no heat.
Yeah,
and you think about maybe if you have a baby in the back or, you know, in their car seat or something, and you want to make sure that your passengers are safe as well. So yeah, it's definitely you want to eat. Yeah. You know, the number you talked about calling somebody, but there is a certain number that you can call, right? A pound something?
Yeah, pound 677 will get you to the Highway Patrol directly, and then obviously 911 will get you into either the local county sheriff's office or Lima Police Department if you're within their jurisdiction. So,
yeah.
Don't be afraid to call either one. Either one's going to get you some help and try to get you back on the roadway.
Right. And then also something that we don't use very often, but our hazards. Sometimes you don't even know how to turn them on because you don't use them very often.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. So if you don't know how to use your hazards, you know, I ask that you go out to your vehicle sometime today and you find where that button is. If it's dark out when you happen to go off the roadway, or in any aspect, like that flash might just catch somebody's attention of, hey, there's a vehicle off the roadway right there, and they're going to start slowing down, maybe get over and deter an accident.
Definitely helps keeping that, you know, people knowing that you're there. Also, I just want to mention or bring up the getting in the car, getting out of the car or staying in the car.
Yeah, I would really ask that you stay in the vehicle. So, you know, when you're inside the vehicle, you have protection from the vehicle. If it's icy and snowy out and you get outside of the vehicle and another vehicle would happen to come off the roadway like you did, then you're putting yourself at subject of getting hit by that car. So you definitely want that extra protection of the vehicle that you're in. So if you are staying in that vehicle though and it's running and you're in a snowdrift, if you might have to get out quickly, just make sure that your tailpipe is clear. If it's backed up and carbon monoxide is filling up your car,
that's true.
you know, that could become a big issue. So if you get out of the vehicle, briefly check that tailpipe, make sure it's free of any blockage, and then get back in your vehicle, stay warm, and you know, we're going to get out there as soon as we can.
Yeah, well, Sergeant Chad Recker, I want to thank you so much for coming on today and hopefully keeping us safe this winter. Hopefully everyone has a safe winter, but I appreciate those tips.
It's always a pleasure, Chris.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. All right, well, don't go away because we have more when we return.